Mystery Box presents How to Get Over Relationship. Insecurities. And let's talk about relationships. Relationships can be beautiful, messy, and confusing. Insecurity can really throw a wrench in things. We've all been there, right? That nagging feeling of not being good enough. It's like a little voice whispering doubts. But you don't have to let those insecurities run the show. You deserve a love that makes you feel secure and cherished. So buckle up, get ready to take some notes, and let's get started on the road to relationship bliss. Look, we've all got a past, right? Some of us have been hurt, cheated on, lied to, you name it. But here's the deal. Your current partner is not your ex. They deserve a clean slate. Don't punish them for the mistakes someone else made. It's natural to put up walls and protect yourself, but those walls can suffocate a new relationship. Let go of that old baggage and give yourself permission to experience the joy of a fresh start. Our minds are powerful things. They can be our greatest allies or our worst enemies, especially when it comes to relationships. When we're feeling insecure, it's like our imaginations go into overdrive, conjuring up worst-case scenarios and playing them on repeat. You know what I'm talking about. Your partner's phone goes straight to voicemail, and suddenly you're convinced they're out with someone else. They're a little quiet one evening, and you assume they're losing interest. It's like watching a movie in your head, but the plot is all wrong. Here's the thing. Most of the time, those stories we tell ourselves are just that, stories. They're not based in reality, but in our own fears and insecurities. So how do you stop your imagination from hijacking your relationship? Communication is key. If something's bothering you, don't let it fester. Talk to your partner about it. Share your feelings openly and honestly, without blame or accusation. Listen up, folks, because this one's important. You can't read your partner's mind, and they can't read yours. It's as simple as that. So many relationships get bogged down because people expect their partners to just know what they're thinking or feeling. But here's the reality. Expecting someone to read your mind is a recipe for disaster. It leads to misunderstandings, resentment, and a whole lot of unnecessary drama. Think about it this way. How many times have you been upset with your partner for something they did or didn't do, only to find out later that they had no idea they were doing anything wrong? If you want a healthy, fulfilling relationship, you have to learn to communicate your needs and expectations clearly and directly. Don't drop hints, don't play games, and don't expect them to figure it out on their own. Think of a relationship like a beautiful oak tree. It needs strong roots, plenty of sunlight, and room to grow. Now imagine constantly hovering over that tree, pulling at its branches, and smothering it with attention. What do you think would happen? It would wither and die. The same goes for relationships. Clinginess and constant need for reassurance can suffocate even the strongest bond. It's important to give each other space to breathe, to pursue individual interests, and to maintain your own identities within the relationship. Now, this doesn't mean you should live separate lives or never spend time together. It's all about finding a healthy balance between togetherness and independence. Encourage your partner to pursue their passions, and don't be afraid to do the same for yourself. Trust that you can be apart without growing apart. In fact, giving each other space can actually strengthen your connection by allowing you to come back together with fresh perspectives and renewed appreciation for one another. Let's get real for a minute. Relationships are hard work. They require effort, compromise, and a willingness to stick it out even when things get tough. If you go into a relationship expecting it to be all sunshine and roses, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. There will be times when you disagree, when you get on each other's nerves, and when you wonder if it's all worth it. That's normal. It's part of being in a relationship with another human being. The key is to not bail at the first sign of trouble. Every couple goes through ups and downs. It's how you navigate those challenges together that determines the strength and longevity of your relationship. Instead of panicking when things get difficult, view it as an opportunity to learn and grow together. Communicate openly, be willing to compromise, and remember why you chose each other in the first place. This one should be a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many people violate this basic rule of trust. Snooping through your partner's phone is a surefire way to erode trust and create unnecessary drama in your relationship. Think about it. If you don't trust your partner enough to respect their privacy, what message does that send? It says, "I don't believe you, and I don't think you're capable of being honest with me." And let's be honest, once you start snooping, it's hard to stop. It becomes an addictive cycle of suspicion and distrust. You find one thing that bothers you, and suddenly you're down a rabbit hole of paranoia and accusations. If you have legitimate concerns about your partner's behavior, address them directly. Talk to them about your worries, but resist the temptation to snoop. It's a slippery slope that rarely leads to anything good. Now, I'm not saying you should be paranoid or suspicious of every little thing your partner does, but there's a difference between healthy skepticism and letting your insecurities run wild. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Your intuition is a powerful tool, and it's often right. Maybe your partner has become more withdrawn lately, or you notice subtle changes in their behavior. Instead of jumping to conclusions, trust your gut and address the issue head-on. The key here is to approach the conversation with curiosity rather than accusation. Ask open-ended questions, listen to their responses, and give them the benefit of the doubt. Listen carefully to this next part. You are responsible for your own happiness. That's right. Your happiness is not your partner's job, and their happiness is not your responsibility. It's easy to fall into the trap of expecting our partners to fulfill all our needs and make us happy. But the truth is, true happiness comes from within. When you rely on someone else for your happiness, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. People change, circumstances change, and expecting one person to be solely responsible for your emotional well-being is unrealistic and unfair. Instead, focus on cultivating your own happiness. Pursue your passions, nurture your relationships, and engage in activities that bring you joy. When you're happy and fulfilled as an individual, you bring a stronger, more vibrant energy to your relationship. Relationships are a two-way street. They require effort, compromise, and a genuine desire to build a life together. But here's the thing. You deserve to be with someone who makes you happy, who values you, and who treats you with respect. If you're constantly feeling insecure, unhappy, or unfulfilled in your relationship, it might be time to reevaluate whether it's the right fit for you. Staying in a relationship that no longer serves you is like wearing a pair of shoes that are too small. You might think you can make it work, but eventually, it's just going to hurt. Remember, you are worthy of love, respect, and happiness. Don't settle for anything less. It's okay to walk away from a relationship that's no longer serving you, even if it hurts. So there you have it, folks. Some powerful tips to help you overcome relationship insecurities and build the strong, loving partnership you deserve. Remember, insecurities are a normal part of life, but they don't have to control your relationships. By understanding the root of your insecurities, communicating openly and honestly, and setting healthy boundaries, you can create a love that is both passionate and secure. You deserve a love that makes you feel confident, cherished, and free to be your authentic self. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need, to set boundaries, and to walk away from any situation that diminishes your worth. You are strong, you are capable, and you are worthy of a love that sets your soul on fire. Now go out there and create the relationship of your dreams. Insecurities. We all have them. but managing them and knowing how to handle them in a relationship is key to having a happy, healthy, and successful relationship. You deserve the best, so go out and get it, and don't forget to like and share this video.